I woke up this morning and it was very early because yesterday was President's Day and I had slept in. Yeah. And I looked at what is known as selective and vindictive prosecution. Yes. Now, the selective prosecution is a ground for dismissal if the accused, was singled out for prosecution among others similarly situated, and the decision to prosecute was improperly motivated. Now, I don't know how you could have a proper motivation for prosecuting me. Yes, when I wasn't in SQUIM and you had the evidence and you did know that. Oh. Now, this vindictive prosecution of myself, yes, where I was in Port Angeles on December 31st of 2015, and I had emailed the SQUIM Police Department, the Port Angeles Police Department, and the Port Townsend Police Department that it was official misconduct if you refused to remove that protection order. Because I said the petitioner didn't sign it, I was not given any due process, and you issued it for 10 years. Now, I'm going to sue you for the vindictive prosecution of myself. Another lawsuit. I spent 14 months going to court in Jefferson County where you almost put me in a mental institution, yes, and administered psychotropic medication against my will when you did know I wasn't in Brennan, Washington on or about June 16th of 2017. Yeah. Now, this vindictiveness on the part of police departments, you don't think it's police brutality to do the shit you're doing right now? It is. You're vindictive. Is any situation in which the government acts against a defendant in response to the defendant's prior exercise of constitutional or statutory rights. United States versus Meyer. Ouch. You got pissed off that I kept sending 2 to 3,000 emails a day. You got upset at me that I kept making videos. You just decided that you're just going to fucking handle the problem. That's vindictiveness on the part of police departments because you just cannot handle the thought that you have to. Now, this police brutality that happened to involve the vindictive prosecution of myself, yes, where you put me in jail, ooch, for crimes I did not commit, poop, and then you're sitting there every fucking day saying we have his sons. I'm going to take your retirements. I'm going to take the retirement of every individual in this government, yes, that has any legal obligation right now. Now, I told you to admit the evidence. This exculpatory evidence, yes, it may involve institution or reinstitution of a prosecution or filing of additional charges, usually after the defendant has exercised the right to appeal or to go to trial. Oh, well, the mental health evaluations, vindictiveness is any situation in which the government acts against a defendant in response to the defendant's prior exercise of constitutional or statutory rights. It is my constitutional right to inform you of a crime. Now, why is it that I didn't get a phone call? Why are you keeping me from my sons? You don't want to get sued and you don't want to go to prison. Then there's the multiplicity of the 2-count criminal complaint. Yes. The idea that I was in SQUIM at 7:47 a.m. and then I recommitted the same crime at 4:48 p.m. Really? Charging a single offense in more than one count is multiplicitous. Charging two different offenses arising from a single act is not. Ouch. Multiplicity poses a threat of dual sentencing for a single offense. Smith versus United States. Yeah. As well as increased likelihood of conviction due to the psychological impact of having the jury think the defendant committed several crimes as opposed to only one. Well, let's look at it. SQUIM Police Department. I was in this library at 4:48 p.m. Yes. And I was on the bus at 7:40 a.m. in Port Angeles, Washington. Yes. I did go to the. Well, didn't you just make up two counts to make it look like I did the same crime twice in the same one day? Double the bullshit. I think that would fit the definition, yes, of the psychological impact of having the jury think the defendant committed several crimes as opposed to only. There could be a lawsuit there. Now, the right to unanimous defendant's course of action agreeing on just what the defendant did as a preliminary step to determining whether the defendant is guilty of the crime charged. Yes, United States versus Gibson. Exactly what did I do on December 31st of 2015? Let's see. You said on or about June 16th. So you just put an extra criminal complaint on there. Yes, after I'd sent 1,555,000 emails. So as to make it look like the defendant did two crimes. Yes, he did. So as to make it look bad. I mean, real bad. Poop. Now, I'm just kind of concerned right now.